Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Nihongo Master podcast. I'm your host Azra, and before anything else, Happy New Year! It's a brand new year, fresh start and new beginnings, am I right? We've all had a pretty rough year last year, and we all deserve this clean slate. Anyway, speaking of new beginnings, today's episode is kind of about that. More specifically, it's the beginning of adulthood for Japanese 20-year-olds, complete with a celebration to commemorate this fresh start known as Seijin Nohi, or Coming of Age Day. This special day welcomes the youth into the adult world. It may not sound as appealing for those of us who have had a taste of what the adult life has to offer. Bills and overtime. But let's also agree that there are tons of other doors of opportunities adulthood open. And hey, Seijin Nohi didn't just pop up recently. This centuries-old celebration has its roots deep in Japanese tradition. Shall we take a look at everything there is to know about this day of new beginnings? Didn't we all eagerly wait for the day we were liberated from the dependence of our parents and become a fully fledged legal adult? What is Seijin Nohi? As we mentioned previously, it's translated to the Coming of Age Day, a celebration where youths are formally regarded as Seijin, adults. This life-changing ceremony is held every second Monday of January, making it the first celebration of the new year, after New Year's Day itself, of course. Right after the long-lasting Christmas festivities, plus the Japanese Shogatsu celebrations, the country has another holiday to look forward to so soon. If you don't know what Shogatsu is, then give our winter episode, episode 27, or festivals episode, episode 2, a listen. We looked at how culturally significant this holiday is. Anyway, youths who turn 20 for that year, in accordance to Japan's age structure, which is April 2nd, the previous year, to April 1st of the current year, go through this rite of passage into adulthood. In Japan, 20 is the nenrei, age, of maturity. You're legally allowed to drink, smoke, drive, and gamble as soon as you leave your teenagehood years. I must admit, it's a little later than some of the other countries where the legal age is 18. But hey, at least you get to vote in Japan at the age of 18. Seijin Nohi has been celebrated as far back as the early 8th century. During that time, a young prince would don fresh new robes and have his hair in a special style to signify this transition into adulthood. I guess this royal gesture inspired other youths to show their maturity to the public too. Back in the Edo period, teenage boys would start carrying swords openly as a way to say, "I'm the big man now." Young girls, primarily married ones, would dye their teeth black during the late 19th century. Not only is this an expression of maturity, but also of freedom. It wasn't until 1946 that Japan made this occasion a formal holiday on January 15th every year. Not long after, in 2000, that the date changed to every second Monday of January. Why, you ask? Japan has this Happy Monday system, established in 1998 and 2001, where some Japanese holidays, or kyujitsu in Japanese, are moved to a Monday to make a 3-day weekend for the people. What a great idea, isn't it? I wish Singapore did that too. Here's a quick vocab recap. Seijin, adults. This word specifically refers to those above 20 years old. There's a more common word for adults, and that is otona. Nenrei, age. To ask someone how old they are, it'll be nansai. Kyujitsu, holiday. You can also say oyasumi when you want to refer to a day off. Every sort of celebration needs an elaborate outfit to go with it. Seijin Nohi is no different. In fact, this holiday is quite the visual spectacle of elegant and elaborate clothing, makeup, and hairstyles. Expect photographers, both professionals and relatives alike, capturing the rainbow of colors and extravagance of the scene. Men and women dress differently on this special day. The most common ceremonial dressing young women opt for is the furisode, a type of kimono with long sleeves that's reserved for unmarried women. I won't go into detail talking about this kimono type. If you do want to know more, our Fashion Through the Ages episode, episode 9, explains in detail what it's all about. For Seijin Nohi, it's more common to rent one from kimono rental shops than buying one, as it costs quite a bit. Scratch that, a few thousands of yen is more than a bit. The girls, or should I say women, also book their hair and makeup styling in advance to make sure their photo op is picture perfect. So the girls are all dolled up and looking all traditional. What about the guys? While the ladies have the only option of a traditional look, the gents can choose between a Western-style suit or a hakama, paired with a kimono. A hakama is a pair of traditional, skirt-like, wide-legged trousers that used to be a standard piece of clothing before Western fashion came to Japan. Most of the time, guys opt for the suit rather than the traditional wear, but it's not at all uncommon for one to choose the other option. Here's a quick vocab recap. Kimono, Japanese traditional garment with white sleeves. It actually translates to thing to wear, as it was the basic piece of clothing during the olden times of Japan. Furisode, a type of kimono worn by unmarried ladies. Hakama, skirt-like baggy trousers featuring pleats. By the way, if you haven't checked out our official website yet, why not give it a browse? At Nihongo Master, we offer efficient Japanese lessons that are quick, easy, and fun for Japanese language learners of all levels, from beginners to advanced. Our smart tools will assist you in areas where you need a little bit of a push and congratulate you on the ones you've aced. With a community of over 50,000 Japanese students, you're not alone on your learning journey. Make new friends and improve together with our point system, collecting points as you go along. Ask away any questions you have on our group discussion pages. There's sure to be others as well as our Japanese instructors that are quick to answer. You can also take Nihongo Master with you on the go and learn Japanese as you trot the globe. Practical, right? So how is Seijin Nohi actually celebrated? The governments all over Japan host ceremonies called Seijin Shiki on this special day. One of the most significant events to be held on this day is the Omato Taikai in Kyoto, where young women are given the opportunity to showcase their mastery in Japanese archery called Kyudo. Everyone who's celebrating their entrance into adulthood receives a formal invitation to their Seijin Shiki. Without this invitation, you're not allowed to enter. Sounds pretty exclusive, I'd say. Well, family and friends are welcome to watch this festive occasion though. Most of the time, the ceremony starts at noon, giving the youths enough time to prepare in the morning. When else are they going to take their ideal outfit of the day shot? It starts off with the city mayor giving a speech to congratulate the youths, followed by a few performances including traditional dances and musical shows like a taiko drum performance. There might even be key figures giving a series of lectures. I would expect a whole guidebook on what to do and what not to do as an adult. Say, pay your bills, kids. Afterward, these new adults roam around and take pictures with each other, family, and friends. Many do visit shrines and temples after to pray for their well-being. Some have a big feast or go shopping with family and friends. But the celebration is far from over. After all the formality, these fresh adults celebrate their newly gained freedoms by the best way we can think of: drinking. From bar hopping to chilling in a local izakaya, Japanese pub, for hours, it's kind of like the informal rite of passage into adulthood. Here's a quick vocab recap. Seijin Shiki, Coming of Age Day Ceremony. Kyudo, Japanese archery. Izakaya, Japanese pubs. Know anyone that turned 20 in the past few months? Or turning 20 in the next couple of months? Just like how some of us had sweet 16s or sweet 18s, the Japanese culture has sweet 20s. Same old partying and drinking tradition, just with a different take. Head over to the Nihongo Master blog if you're interested in reading up on topics like these some more. And if you're keen on picking up some more Japanese for yourself, you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the official website to learn more. Thank you so much for listening in. Join me in the next one where I'll be walking you down another avenue of Japan's rich culture. Mata ne!